Hey everyone, so let's start by discussing the first question based on lesson 2. Here also we'll see how we can use a methodical step-by-step approach to figure out all the cases and get to the correct answer within 2 minutes. Okay. So let's start by actively reading the question stem. So here's my step 1. I'll write down what is given to me. It's given that PQR is a triangle. So I have a triangle PQR and the lengths are all distinct integers. Okay, so if the lengths are say x, y and z, I can say x is not equal to y is not equal to z. So they are all distinct values. It's important to write down these information so that you don't make any mistake at all. Okay, what do we need to find out? We need to find out the area of triangle PQR. Okay, so there are a number of ways to find out the area of triangle PQR depending on what information is given to us. So the most general formula that we know is half base into height. That's one formula that we can use to solve the question. So we need the base, we need a height, and then find the area. Other way is to, if you know the lengths of the three sides, then also we can find out the area. So if you know the value of x, if you know the value of y, if you know the value of z, then also we can find out the area of triangle PQR. So keeping these high level information in your mind, these thoughts in your mind, you should then move on to the next step, that is analyzing the statements. So let's move to step 2. Now the first statement is PQ square is equal to PR square plus RQ square. Okay, now if you've done your triangles video lessons properly, then you'll understand that here what we're basically talking about is a right angle triangle where PQ is the hypotenuse, PR is the perpendicular, and RQ is the base. So these are the two lengths here, and this is the highest length. Okay, but we need to find out the area, and just knowing that it is a right angle triangle is not going to help me find out the area. So what you can definitely discard this statement and say that statement 1 is not sufficient, and obviously if it's not sufficient, then the answer cannot be A, the answer cannot be D. And then you should very quickly move on to the second statement. The second statement is that the perimeter of triangle PQR is equal to 12. So I've taken the lengths as x, y and z. So what I can say is x plus y plus z is equal to 12. Now at this moment, do not discard the statement just like that here. See, I did not even discard statement 1 just like that. I wrote down what I could get from here, and then I was sure that this statement is not sufficient because I do not have the length, and then I move on to the next statement. So here also I'll see, okay, perimeter is given. What else do I know about this triangle? I know that the lengths are all not distinct. So my task should be to at least check once, is there a value which I can take for x, y and z, a unique value of x, y and z which would give me the sum as 12. Because if that is the case, then I can get my answer from the second statement. However, if I see there are two different cases where the sum is 12 and the lengths are distinct, then I cannot. Now here's the important question. How should I find out all the cases? Okay, should I try putting values randomly? Well, you can do that, but again, the purpose of this lesson was to tell you how to methodically solve it. So you should ask yourself, what else do we know about the lengths of a triangle? Well, if you think carefully, and you should be able to remember that we know that the sum of the two sides is always greater than the third side, right? And this is the property of any triangle, sum of two sides greater than the third side. Now you have x plus y plus z is equal to 12. So can I do this? Can I add z both sides? Because obviously they are integers and I'm adding both, so it should not create any problem. I can say x plus y plus z is greater than 2z, and you know x plus y plus z is 12, so I can put 12 here. I can write it like this, and I can say z is less than 6. So see, now I have a ballpark number with me. I know that the value of z needs to be less than 6. Okay, in the same way, I can do the same analysis. I can say y plus z is less than x, and here also I can come up with the same inference. The inference would be x should also be less than 6 and y should also be less than 6. Okay, so now that you have an idea that what values they can take, now you should start off with some value and then check. Okay, so I know that x is less than 6, so let me start off with 5 first. Okay, now if I put 5 here, okay, I know that the remaining part needs to be 7. Okay, and I also need to ensure that they are distinct. So let's write down a few values very quickly. So if this is 5, let's say I write 6 1, I write 5 2. Let's write it down. I know most of them are not possible, so let's write it this way. Now I can discard this one 5 5 2 because I know the values have to be distinct, so this cannot be my answer. Now as far as 5 6 1 is concerned, think about it. You know that the sum of two sides should be greater than the third side. Okay, now let's check whether this is possible or not. If I add x plus z, how much do I get? 6. Is 6 greater than 6? It's not, right? So 5 6 1 is also not possible. So the only case that I'm left with is 5 4 3. Now the order might be anything. It could be 5 4 3, 5 3 4, does not matter. But the only case that is possible where the sum is 12, where all the values are less than 6 and all of them are distinct, is 5 4 3. I cannot go below this. That's not possible. So I can say that the three lengths are 5 4 and 3. Now once I have my length, here you can see this 3 4 5 is basically a right angle triangle, and since this is a right angle triangle, you can very easily find out the area of this triangle. Again, we don't need to do it, we just need to come up with the inference that it is possible to get the answer. So statement 2 alone is sufficient to answer the question, and hence the correct answer will be option B. So I hope you saw how I took values and tried to find out the answer. I did not randomly start by putting here 10 and then checking what would be these two values, or putting 9 or anything like that. I did not do that. I first of all figured out what could be the possible range, and then I fixed one of them. And again here, see, I fixed one and tried to find out the other because that would give me my answer. And then I discarded the cases that are not possible and finally ended up with only one of them. So I hope now you, after solving this question also, you have appreciate the fact that it's very important to move in a methodical way to solve questions. Okay.